I'm Todd Neale at the ASRM meeting in Denver. Several studies presented here explored the link between environmental pollutants and reproductive outcomes. I spoke with Dr. Shruthi Mahalingaiah of Brigham and Women's Hospital about two studies she and her colleagues conducted in an in vitro fertilization population.
These two studies looked at persistent organic pollutants that are detectable in the environment. The reason why our group chose to look at, in particular, polychlorinated biphenyls, all their congeners, 57 of them, as well as hexachlorobenzene and DDT and DDE, was because these have been associated with endocrine activity and endocrine disrupting activity.
Mahalingaiah and her colleagues evaluated the relationship between levels of the pollutants and early reproductive outcomes only observable in an in vitro fertilization population.
What we found was that most of the toxins that we assessed were in certain analyses associated with a decrease in live birth. So polychlorinated biphenyls in the highest exposure group was associated with a decrease in odds of live birth. Furthermore, with hexachlorobenzene, the highest exposure groups showed a much increase in odds of implantation failure. So a woman in the highest hexachlorobenzene group would go through an IVF cycle, have the embryo transferred, and would be at higher risk for failure of implantation at that early endpoint. Generally, in the population, a woman might not know she was pregnant and suffered an implantation failure.
Mahalingaiah speculated about some possible biological mechanisms to explain the findings.
So studies have shown that these persistent organic pollutants can be detected in follicular fluid as well as amniotic fluid. I am suspecting here, because there are no studies that actually elucidate the biologic mechanisms, and I suspect there may be some sort of hormonal activity either directly at the level of egg development and sperm development, as well as at the level of the uterus when implantation occurs.
Although the chemicals in the study have been banned, Mahalingaiah said the findings may highlight a role for better monitoring and disposal of the chemicals so they're not reintroduced into the environment. For MedPage Today, I'm Todd Neale.